What if I told you that the biggest lie you've ever been sold about success, about reaching your dreams, about building a life you truly love, is that you have to work harder for it? From a young age, we've been conditioned to believe that the more we push, the more we'll deserve. We were taught to hustle, to compete, to sacrifice the now for some promised future, as if life were a battlefield instead of a dance with the universe. But take a breath with me for a second. How many times have you pushed yourself to the edge and still felt like you were running in circles? How many times have you done everything right, only to feel like the universe wasn't listening? Have you ever felt that way? Drained, frustrated, staring at the life you want like it's a mirage? Close, but always just out of reach? You made vision boards. You said affirmations until your voice cracked. You filled every waking moment with tasks, goals, productivity, and yet you still feel stuck, like something unseen is holding you back. And what if I told you, maybe it is? Here's the part no one talks about. The very energy of chasing, that urgency, that constant pressure, might actually be pushing away the very things you want most. There's a deeper principle operating behind the scenes of reality, something modern science is only beginning to grasp, but ancient wisdom has whispered for centuries. Reality doesn't just respond to what you do, it responds to who you are while you're doing it. Yes, effort matters, but effort without alignment is like paddling upstream. You might move, but you're going against the natural current of creation. And this is where what I call the quantum secret comes in. This secret isn't about laziness or giving up. It's about stepping into your true point of power, your inner state. The vibration you hold, the energy that radiates from your body and mind, even when you're saying nothing at all. The key isn't to do more, it's to be different. To enter a flow where opportunities seem to find you, where synchronicities multiply, where life starts working with you, not against you. Maybe right now you're asking, okay, but how do I shift from effort into that kind of flow? That's exactly what we're about to explore. But first, close your eyes for just a moment. Take a deep breath. And what if, just for now, you stopped trying to control everything and simply allowed life to show you a new way? How would it feel if starting today, the weight disappeared, and in its place came lightness, clarity, and direction? Stay with me because this shift doesn't require some external revolution. It starts inside. It starts now. And when you finally learn how to turn that doorknob, you'll realize the door to the life you've been chasing was never locked to begin with. Most people try to change their lives by forcing the outside world to bend to their will. But what if reality isn't fixed at all? What if it actually responds to your inner vibration? Not to what you want, but to who you are. Even in its most conservative terms, quantum physics already admits that the observer affects the observed, that focused attention shapes outcomes. This means your consciousness is an active ingredient in how your reality forms. You're not just walking through a pre-made world, you're helping design it moment by moment. So ask yourself, when you act from a place of anxiety, what message are you broadcasting? When you panic and push, desperate for change, what are you truly emitting into the quantum field? And more importantly, do you realize how your urgency might be interpreted as fear? The quantum field doesn't respond to beautiful words or blind effort. It responds to coherence, to the alignment between what you feel, think, and believe. It's like tuning into a radio station. If your vibration doesn't match the signal of what you want, it won't come through clearly, no matter how hard you turn the dial. That's why trying to manifest while stressed, tense, or afraid is like trying to find peace by screaming over chaos. You can't access a new reality from the same state that created your current blocks. Maybe right now you're wondering, but how do I shift my state when the world around me is still the same? That's the trap, waiting for the world to change so you can finally feel better. But the truth is the opposite. You must change your vibration first, and the world will shift as a reflection. It sounds simple, but it's not always easy. We've been trained to seek control, not trust, to push harder, not let go. But the universe doesn't respond to pressure, it responds to your being, and your state of being is the sum of the emotions you consistently hold. Have you noticed how the best things happen when you feel light? When you're relaxed, present, at peace, suddenly solutions appear, the right people show up, and opportunities unfold effortlessly. That's not luck, that's alignment, which is why the first real step toward effortless manifestation is both radical and simple. You must learn to feel good now, not after the money comes, not after the dream partner arrives, not after the perfect life shows up. You have to anchor the emotion of what you desire before it manifests. So let me ask you, can you imagine how you'd feel if everything you wanted were already here? Can you breathe into that feeling just for a few minutes and let your body absorb the frequency? Because that's when the magic happens. When you begin to vibrate as if it's already yours, the field responds. Not because you forced it, but because you finally tuned in. And remember, you don't have to be perfect at this. You just have to begin. Have you ever tried to focus on something positive while your mind was screaming that everything was falling apart? Have you ever tried to stay high vibe while your body was shaking with anxiety or exhaustion? That's one of the most common and least talked about inner conflicts on the manifestation journey. The truth is, it doesn't matter how many positive thoughts you think if your body is stuck in survival mode. Your nervous system acts like a filter. It shapes how you experience the world and how the world responds to your energy. If it's on high alert, your vibrational field reflects that exact message. Tension, fear, urgency. And here's a crucial point most people miss. Your nervous system influences your reality more than your words. You can tell the universe, I'm ready to receive, but if your body is closed, tight, and unsafe, the message actually being sent is, it's not safe to expand. It's like trying to fill a bucket full of cracks. You pour in all your intention and energy, but it leaks out through the bottom. And what causes those internal cracks? Chronic stress, unresolved trauma, deep-rooted limiting beliefs you may not even know you're carrying. But there is a way through. There is a path to restore your calm, your presence, and your creative power. And it all begins with something simple, accessible, and deeply transformative: your breath. Breath is the bridge between body and mind. And when used with intention, it activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of you that shifts out of fight or flight and into rest, repair, and receptivity. Try it right now. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold for 7 seconds and exhale gently through your mouth for a count of 8. Repeat this for 5 cycles and feel it. Feel your body slowing down. Feel your mind expand. Feel your energy begin to reorganize. This simple practice, known as 4-7-8 breathing, is more than a technique. It's a key that unlocks access to the quantum field from a state of peace. And it's in peace that true manifestation becomes possible. But don't stop there. The body also holds on to old tension in the form of stagnant energy. To release that, conscious movement becomes a powerful ally. This isn't about intense workouts. It's about presence, gentle, slow movement with full awareness, an intentional walk in nature, a stretch with breath, a quiet yoga session, Tai Chi, or even dancing with your eyes closed. Can you feel what your body's been trying to tell you? Can you hear the subtle signals that something inside needs space, needs to be released? And beyond the body, your mind also needs clarity. That's where conscious writing, journaling, becomes indispensable. Grab a pen and ask, what beliefs are still holding me back? Let it come through. I'm not enough. Nothing ever works for me. I don't deserve it. Write without censoring. Then look at those statements honestly and ask, are these really true? Or are they echoes of what I was told, what I lived through, what I absorbed without questioning? Now flip them, reframe them with power. I am worthy. I am enough right now. I am capable of receiving with ease. When you do this daily, you start training your mind to build new patterns, new responses, new energy. Your body, your mind, and your nervous system are the first portals to manifestation, and regulating those portals is the foundation for everything. Not because it sounds nice, but because your biology must feel safe in order for creation to unfold. Can you feel it now? That something within you is beginning to shift? That there's a quiet kind of power that awakens when you slow down, breathe, and truly listen? That's the real foundation of the quantum secret. You don't create while at war with yourself. You create when you make peace with who you are. If you've made it this far, that already says something powerful about you. Most people click away before they even begin to understand, but you didn't. And that means something in you is already shifting. An expanding awareness, a quiet part inside that knows there's another way. A path that isn't about pressure or force, but about alignment. A path where real power doesn't come from control, it comes from surrender. So if that resonated with you, drop a comment below. I open myself to the flow. Write it as a signal, a declaration that you're ready to release the old and allow the new in. It might feel like just a sentence, but it's a vibrational command. And the quantum field listens when you speak from the heart. Now let's talk about one of the most overlooked keys in conscious manifestation: detachment. Letting go of control doesn't mean giving up. It's not indifference, it's spiritual maturity. It's trusting that the universe knows how to do its job without you hovering over every detail. See, attachment is rooted in lack, in the belief that if you don't control it, you'll lose it. But here's the paradox. The more you try to control, the more you block the flow. Because control is a response to fear, and fear sends a loud message to the quantum field. I'm not ready to receive. It's like planting a seed and digging it up every day to see if it's growing. You interrupt the process. You disrupt the intelligence of the invisible. What you desire doesn't need to be forced. It needs space, trust, time to align with your energy. And true detachment isn't saying whatever with cold indifference. It's saying, I trust with peace. It's taking aligned action, tuning into your frequency, and then releasing the outcome. Because you know that what's meant for you doesn't have to be chased. It comes at the right time, in the right way. Often in ways your mind could never have planned. Have you felt that difference before? The heaviness of chasing something and feeling drained, versus the lightness of letting go and watching it unfold, almost like a gift out of nowhere? That's not coincidence. That's quantum intelligence moving without interference. So detachment isn't the end of action. It's the beginning of inspired action. The kind that comes from connection. That sudden idea, that gentle push to message someone, visit somewhere, start something new. And you feel it in your body. This isn't random. It's a call. It's the universe saying, now. That's the difference between forcing and flowing. Forcing comes from the mind trying to control. Flowing comes from the heart that trusts and moves when it feels right. So today, instead of asking, how do I make this happen? Try asking, who do I need to become so this flows to me naturally? Let that question guide your next step. The secret isn't doing everything. The secret is doing what resonates with your energy and releasing the rest. Now that you understand the importance of detachment and your internal state, it's time to bring in two incredibly powerful tools, often overlooked by those who still view reality only through the lens of logic: imagination and language. The universe responds to vibration, and vibration is emotion in motion. That's why just thinking about what you want isn't enough. You have to feel it as if it's already real. This is where emotional visualization becomes the bridge between the invisible and the visible. But listen closely. Visualization isn't just closing your eyes and seeing a picture. It's about living that reality from the inside out as if it were already yours. Picture your ideal life right now. Where are you? Who's with you? What sounds are around you? What scents fill the air? And most importantly, what emotions are rising in your chest? How does your body react to that scene? Is there a sense of ease? A soft warmth in your heart? An involuntary smile? These sensations matter more than the visuals themselves, because that's what the quantum field picks up as vibrational truth. Most people visualize their desires while still feeling anxious, doubtful, or fearful. That cancels out the practice. What you feel while you visualize is the true signal you're sending to the universe. So here's a new invitation. Close your eyes for 60 seconds and step into that version of your life, not out of desperation, but from a place of deep gratitude. Because on the quantum level, it already exists. You're simply tuning into it. Now let's talk about words. The words you speak every day are vibrational declarations. They are not neutral. Every sentence carries a frequency, a code, an electromagnetic signature. When you say, "I never get it right," you're reinforcing that exact reality. When you say, "I'm just unlucky," you're locking that pattern in. What if I told you that changing your vocabulary could be just as powerful as meditation? Not because words are magic, but because they shape your feelings, and your feelings shape your frequency. Start becoming aware of your language. Replace "I need more money" with "I'm opening to a steady, effortless flow of abundance." I hope this works with "I trust that everything is aligning for my highest good." "I'm bad at this" with "I'm learning and improving every day." "This is hard" with "This is a challenge that's helping me grow with strength." Feel the difference? It's not just semantics, it's energy. Here's a simple but powerful practice. Choose one affirmation that reflects your new reality and repeat it daily. But repeat it with feeling, with intention. Not like a robot, but like someone who believes it, even if there's still a little doubt inside. Say, "I'm grateful for the abundance surrounding me." But feel that abundance as if it's already happening. Picture your heart expanding, your breath softening, your body recognizing that frequency as familiar. Have you ever noticed that your body can't tell the difference between a real emotion and a vividly imagined one? That's why the universe responds to your emotional state, not just your words. When you train your body to feel what you want as if it's already yours, the universe responds in kind. Because you're no longer wanting, you're vibrating as someone who already has it. And that's when everything begins to change. You can study every manifestation technique in the world. You can understand the quantum field, practice visualization, repeat affirmations with feeling. But if you don't take care of your daily internal state, it all defaults back to autopilot. True transformation happens when practice becomes part of who you are, when it weaves naturally, intentionally, and consistently into your everyday life. That's why today I want to share with you a simple yet incredibly powerful ritual. How to start and end your day in alignment. These two moments, waking up and falling asleep, are energetic portals. Your brainwaves slow down, your subconscious becomes more accessible, and the quantum field is more receptive to your vibration. Let's start with the morning. Before checking your phone, before plugging into the outside world, take just 3 to 5 minutes to reconnect with your inner world. Close your eyes, place your hand on your heart, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what would my ideal day feel like today? This isn't about controlling every event. It's about choosing the vibration you want to carry. Maybe that's peace, joy, confidence, expansion. Pick one feeling and invite it into your body. Feel it spreading through your muscles, your skin, your thoughts. Hold that vibration for a few moments and only then begin your day. This simple ritual can completely shift the direction of your life because you stop reacting to the outside world and start creating from within. During the day, challenges will come. Old thoughts will try to creep back in. The world might try to pull you off center, but now you're aware. And when you notice yourself drifting, just pause, breathe, and say, "I choose to return to alignment." That simple phrase holds power because it reminds you that you have a choice, and the universe responds when you choose with clarity. Now let's talk about the end of the day. Sleep is a transition state, and everything you carry with you into it goes deep into your subconscious mind. That's why going to bed in a state of worry, guilt, or scarcity only reinforces the patterns you're trying to shift. Instead, create a nighttime ritual of release and gratitude. Before you lie down, think of 3 things that went well today. Big or small, it doesn't matter. Maybe you took a deep breath during a stressful moment. Maybe you received a kind message. Maybe you simply made a more conscious choice. Honor that. Then take a deep breath and release. Silently say, "I trust. My desires are being taken care of while I rest." This declaration isn't just for the universe. It's for you. To remind your mind that it's safe to let go, that you don't have to hold the whole world up while you sleep. And if you want to take this ritual further, spend a few minutes visualizing your ideal reality before bed. See yourself living it, feel yourself inside it, and then let it go, like planting a seed in the fertile soil of your subconscious. These two rituals, morning and night, create a vibrational framework around your day, a field of intention that anchors you even when the world tries to pull you off course. You may not be able to control everything that happens, but you can control the energy you begin and end your day with. And over time, that changes everything. There comes a moment on this journey when you realize it's no longer about achieving something, it's about becoming someone. Every true manifestation begins with identity. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you believe yourself to be. And that's why the most advanced and most powerful one step is to begin living today as the version of you you dream of becoming. But be careful. This isn't about pretending. It's not about fooling yourself or creating a fantasy. It's about bringing the vibration of your ideal future into the present until it becomes familiar. Because the universe doesn't respond to your hopes. It responds to what feels normal to your nervous system. Think of it this way. Whatever you desire, more abundance, peace, freedom, already exists as a possibility in the quantum field. What activates that possibility is your dominant frequency. And frequency is built through repetition, intention, and aligned action. Have you ever wondered what separates someone who manifests easily from someone who always seems stuck in lack? The difference isn't intelligence. It's not luck. It's vibrational identity. One person sees themselves as someone who receives, the other as someone who has to fight for every little thing. So here's the question. How would the most aligned version of me think, feel, and behave? That version doesn't rush. They trust divine timing, doesn't doubt themselves all day. They treat themselves with kindness. Doesn't need to prove anything. They already know they are enough. Doesn't compare. They celebrate. They vibrate gratitude for what they already have. And that's why more flows in. You can start with simple shifts. Change the way you walk, the way you breathe, the way you look in the mirror. Wear clothes that match your new energy. Reorganize your space to reflect the frequency you want to sustain. Don't underestimate the power of symbolic action. It speaks directly to your subconscious. You can also create daily rituals for embodiment, a personal mantra in the morning, a quiet moment to ask yourself, what would my aligned self do right now? These small acts done with consistency rewire your body and mind for your new frequency. And once that frequency becomes your new normal, the universe aligns automatically. Because now you're no longer chasing, you're attracting. You become the magnet, and everything that once felt out of reach starts moving toward you. But here's a powerful question. Are you willing to let go of who you've been to become who you truly are? This shift isn't just vibrational, it's emotional. You'll feel discomfort. There will be days when your old self tries to come back, but now you have a choice. And every time you choose to stay in your new energy, even when the outside world contradicts it, you strengthen your connection with the field. You don't need to prove yourself. You just need to keep showing up, because transformation doesn't happen all at once. It crystallizes through every choice you make. And if you keep going, one day you'll look around and realize what once felt far away is now who you've become. And if you're still here with me, that says everything. Something inside you has already awakened. An ancient memory, a quiet wisdom you may not even have words for, but you feel it. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? That inner voice whispering, there's more. I am more than I was taught to believe. And it's true. You are so much more. You're not here by accident. You didn't find this video randomly. You were called, not by me, but by the part of you that's ready. The part that's tired of struggling to be seen, to be loved, to be enough. You already know, it's not about chasing, it's about remembering. Remembering who you are, and stopping the habit of acting like you forgot. The universe isn't testing you, it's mirroring you. It responds to your state of being. And the more you try to force, to push, to control, the more it reflects back resistance, delays, scarcity. So right now I invite you to do something radical. Let go. Let go of the urgency. Let go of the need to understand everything. Let go of the fear of losing control, and simply be Be presence, be vibration, be intention, and watch what happens when you stop chasing and start attracting with ease. You don't need to know all the steps. You just need to trust the next one. The inspired action will come. The answer will arrive. The path will reveal itself, but only when you stop trying to force it. This is the final portal, the portal of conscious surrender, where you align, embody, release, and receive. And if this message touched something inside you, I want you to leave a symbol in the comments, a sign that you walk through this portal with me. Comment, I stopped chasing, now I attract. If that phrase stirs something inside, write it with full intention. It's not just a comment, it's a vibrational command to your reality. And now before we close, hear this clearly. You weren't born to live in fear. You weren't meant to repeat patterns, follow crowds, or live a life that doesn't reflect your soul. You came here to create, to expand, to inspire, to remember your power, and use it wisely. So stop doing, start being, stop chasing, start attracting. You are the secret. You always were. You just had to remember. And if this journey served you, I ask one thing. Share this video with someone you love, someone who needs to be free from the struggle and remember their power. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and stay with us as we rise. Because this is not the end, it's only the beginning. Until next time, remember you hold all the power. You just have to remember how to use it.